Before I have to start this video, quickly to say about Filthy to Say, and right before you guys gonna have to comment before after the video is over, I always wanted you just to say about this Filthy to Say. Whatever you do, guys, is just do not blame on any major studios like Disney Animations or Pixar or even Sony Animation as well, because I don't want anyone, any studio, and any fans to go after Disney or Pixar like after the Hopper was released. But whatever you do, guys, is just don't go after, just don't get angry about this. But this is gonna be like the whole situation about goats, the movie from Sony Animation. And I know, because this is actually the way to say filthy to say, but just whatever you do, guys, just don't get angry. Don't get blame on Disney and Pixar, and don't blame any studios. So this video is only criticized publicly only. So if you already do, guys, just don't go after them. Thank you. I feel like I do want to talk about this. Well, I know, because I want to talk about this, but mostly we need to talk about GOAT. Yeah, the movie was from Sony Animation, came out for over 1 month. And let's be clear about this to say, in American, they were doing well in the box office, which is a pretty good movie to all the people who are enjoying the film. And I do, but mostly when I made a post about mostly review about GOAT, it turns out it was alright in my opinion. And mostly, I know, because I do like the animation, but mostly I do like the characters, especially Moto, one of my favorite characters in there. But back to what I have to say about this, and yes, I know, because GOAT was doing well in the box office, doing in Americans. But however, things is not looking terrible was badly. And yes, this is actually went so badly with the national box office. Like, if you didn't know what is national box office, it's like around the world, like something else, like British and UK, or maybe or Latin Americans, or probably or China. So, what just happened to the national box office of GOAT? Did people like it? Did people don't like the film? Or probably something's wrong, because... Or is it because the people want to see the Barbie actor for her new movie? Or probably Pixar's new movie, Hoppers, was out in theaters? Even though now people are seeing Hoppers in theaters, it's still a #1 spot in the box office. And people are enjoying Hoppers as well during the Nationals. And when you take a look around at GOAT in the Nationals around the world, people are just losing interest for seeing this film. And I know people are just seeing the trailer like, oh, this looks very good. It looks like this is going to be the best Sony Animation movie ever. But when it came around, people are just losing interest, and people doesn't like the film. And I get it, and I know people, that's their opinion if they don't like the movie or not, but mostly... And like I said, because when Hoppers came over, they originally take over the storm and taking place after Hoppers was released. And GOAT over here was not looking very good during the Americans box office and national box office. And when you take a look around in the national box office from Spain, it looks pretty well. This is what came from 10 weeks, from all the way 6 to all the way 8 for March. It looks pretty well, I guess, but mostly, and while Hopper was still a #1 hit, people are still enjoying it. And when you take a look around in British, it taken over by 5th place, while Hopper was still around in 1st place. I really imagine the reason why people are just losing interest for seeing GOAT, and now it was in 5th place. And when you take a look around in German, it's now on 6th place, while Hopper is still going stronger right now. That is not looking good well. Like, how Goat is on 6th place during the German box office? Are they still losing interest in this film? I don't know how I had to say, but this is not looking good for the German box office. And if you take a look around at survey or coordinations, it's now even now 10th place. And while Hopper was still in 2nd place, and I don't know why the reason why Goat is not looking good. And when you take a look around Italy, that is not looking good for Goat as well. 14th place in the box office. Just how or why? And when you take a look at Brazil, no Goat here. I believe Goat is now got kicked out for top 10 on the list. And what about China? Well, a really disappointing was Badly. By taking over by 7th place, which is a really disappointing for the places. I don't know how. Why is this happening, and why people in China doesn't like Goat? Is it because they don't want to see a basketball film with talking animals? I actually had no word to say. And I know because Zootopia 2 was popular since all the China loves Disney. But now this, I don't know why they don't want to see that movie Goat after they released it in theaters. And now it's not even now 7th place in theaters, in the box office in China. Now, I don't know what is going on for the nationals, for the worldwide in the box office. Mostly people doesn't want to see a basketball film, and it's just an animations with talking animals. And hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Basketball in and outside around the world was not popular. And yes, you hear me. Basketball is not all popular outside in the United States. Yikes. I didn't see that coming too soon. Now, all I have to say, Phil, to say, I don't blame on Sony Animation. After Goat was released in theaters in American, I don't know why, because I have to say, since it was popular in the basketball in the United States, and the movie went totally well in the box office. And when Sony decided to put it in the nationals, people doesn't want to see it, because it was not popular in the basketball in around the world. Nobody want to see it. And people want to see the new movie of Pixar of Hoppers. Now, I know people are just enjoy Hoppers in theaters. They kind of like it because I don't want anyone else to say Hoppers is better than Goat. And I really know these two movies are from talking animals, and I don't know how, but because I haven't seen Hoppers, I'm still gonna plan this movie in theaters because it's spring break for my youngest sister, but I will plan to see it in theaters soon. But I know that people are just enjoy the film, but mostly I don't want people just gonna go complaining about Hoppers is better than Goat, but I know because they just I know Hoppers is taken over by storms and taken over by places by first or seconds. But in the natural, they like it. Meanwhile, Goat, they don't want to see a basketball player because it was not too popular. Now, I have to say, I said again, I mentioned, I don't blame on Sony Animation. I know because they are having struggle issues during the past. Yeah, the time when Sony made the Emoji Movie back then. That was too wildfire. And when Into the Spider-Verse came out, people are loving it, and they love the animation a lot. There are so many population for the movies from Sony, there was Mitchell vs. Machines or K-pop Demon Hunter as well. That movie was getting to too popular in this streaming, and it's like Frozen all over again. And yeah, we already know because they already won 2 Oscar wins, and that's good for them. But I don't like the way all these haters are just going after them. It's just like the hate of Frozen all over again. And now with the release of Go, with some people who likes the movie or don't like the movie because of mixed reviews, while when Sony released the national worldwide for Goat, people don't like it because it was not too popular in this outside in the basketball in the United States. And now with the internationals, I'm really gonna say this because they always want to see Hoppers so much. Now, I kind of feel bad for Goat for after they released it national worldwide. I don't think this movie was not a flop in this international right after when Hoppers took over. Like, they should just put them in streaming just like how K-pop Demon Hunters did. But no, it was just too late because Sony Animation just put them in theaters. And you know what else was coming up for next Sony film for the original? In 2027? You guessed it, Buds. And yes, I know why Buds. I usually hear about the plot. It was going to be about talking plants. Now, I don't want to be the idiot because I don't want to be like a hater like this. But I don't know if people don't like this film or not. And since it was going to originate on March in 2027, like before Beyond the Spider-Verse, and however they decided to just move up to December right after the competition between Pixar Gato, the little cat thing, because they all are afraid because they don't want to see a competition between this Pixar film. Like Sony says, because, oh no, we're not going to put this cat film in March, we should just move it to December. And what else will happen in December in 2027? Well, you actually guessed it, the Avengers new movie and the Lord of the Rings. I'm afraid this Butts movie will get mastered into the flop because due to the competition between Disney or Marvel or Warner Brothers instead. But let's just wait and see what happened to Ghost because I don't know because many people don't like this Talking Plants film because it's the original film, and I know people will see the same Spider-Verse style again, but I do love the animations, but mostly let's just wait and see how it goes and whether if they like the film or not. But let's just wait and see how it goes. As for right now, I'm being worried what's the future hold for Goat. Or the future hold for Sony Animations. Like, we already know the movie's already doing well in the box office. Right before when Hoppers was take over. I don't know how to say about this, but mostly say, and look, I do like Goats. It was a right film to me. And I'm still going to plan to see Hoppers in theaters. Since now the movies became a number 1 spot in the box office, while Goat was on 5th place. As for I recorded this right now, it's now actually now 4th place during the box office. It's because it's spring break. And yeah, many people want to see Hoppers right now, but people just want to see Goats in theaters. I'm just still hopefully if they could make a comeback or not, but if they don't, well, this is going to be a huge trouble for Sony Animation, including the national worldwide with UK and France due to the, I will say about this, too not popular for basketball for outside around the world. And people still don't want to see it about talking animals with basketball at all. So what do you guys think? Do you think Goat will make a comeback during the spring break box office? Do you think the future hold for Sony Animation with all these original films that's coming up in theaters? Or probably Sony Animation will bring their movies into streaming without any theaters? just like how they did it to Mitchell versus Machines, Vimo, and the K-pop Demon Hunters movie as well. And do you think that Naturals worldwide in the box office that people doesn't want to see that movie because due to the fact because it was not too popular in the outside in the Americans basketball, while people was getting interested to watching a new Pixar film, Hoppers. Let's just wait and see what's the future hold. And I know I'll be worried what's gonna happen, but after I seen the Naturals numbers around here, especially Africa or maybe Australia did very good in the box office, which is pretty good. But as for like around France and UK and in some Italy, those is not looking good for the box office since people doesn't like to see this movie. But I'm still worried what's the future hold, and including Sony Animations, since it's getting popular with all the movies they have, like Hotel Transylvania, or probably Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, including the Cross the Spider-Verse, and their upcoming films of the Beyond the Spider-Verse this June. And I don't know what's gonna happen if this Beyond the Spider-Verse is gonna be a face-off with the summer competition in 2027 with Shrek 5 and the live action of the How to Train Your Dragon 2. Now, I'm being worried about this, but I'm just still praying if this Beyond Spider-Verse will be well in the box office, but I don't want the Beyond Spider-Verse to be a flop because people want to see Shrek 5 because they don't want to see Shrek 5 as well, or people want to see the How to Train Your Dragon 2 in a live action film. But like, I get it because this summer competition will be a wildfire in this year of 2027. Anyhow, I know Go. It's a good film for Sony, and it did a good job well in the box office. And I'm glad people are just liking the film, and some other people in this community doesn't like the film. Like, if you don't like Go, that's fine because. Like, there's some people who are just saying about that when the song was getting cringe was like, I will make you cry with that bad. Like, I know it's kind of catchy, but my thoughts is about it was getting cringe. But it's, like, it's still weird, but yeah, I know it's just kind of funny about it. But anyhow, like, if you have a thoughts about this, about GOAT struggle for the box office in the nationals and the future hold for Sony Animations in the original films in theaters, just let me know in the comment section below, and I will love to speak up about this, but mostly, let's just wait and see how it goes, and if they don't, if they try to struggle with the box office in the nationals, well, this is going to be a huge, big trouble for Sony Animations. Like, we actually got upcoming films on April with the Mario Galaxy movies comes up, and if they try to struggle with the made it top, I actually had no word to say, but this is gonna be like I say, it's gonna be still be in trouble for Sony Animation, but let's just like wait and see how it goes. And I know I know competition is hard, but mostly. Like, between Sony and Pixar, after they release Hoppers in theaters, and people are just enjoying it, but let's just wait and hope. And I will check on updates for the GOAT nationally box office thing. Hopefully we will see and wait how it goes. And I know it's hard, but. It's really a struggle for them, but mostly, I still feel bad for GOAT, but mostly, yeah, but yeah, it's still sad because people don't want to see this movie. So anyhow, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys for next week hold. See ya!